Sorry, we get off topic. That's what happens though. We ain't seen each other in 10 years.
Right. It
So,
has been a little bit though. That's why you just gotta get.
So what made you get into the microblading?
So actually, I've always been the kind of person, even in high school, never really wanted like more like the cookie cutter jobs. Was never really interested in anything specific, nothing that I could find at that moment. So even when people would ask me like, what are your plans after high school? Like I would always tell them I really don't know. I was even considering going into the military for a while because I was just so confused. Like there was nothing that I really liked to do.
That's understandable.
Every job that I ever had, like I always found myself working my way up to that leadership position, and then once things became stagnant, I would get bored, and then I would just choose. I would be like, okay, if you got nothing better for me, then I'm just gonna go somewhere else and see what they have. But that's like how I've always been. So that's why once me and Jordan went to a tattoo convention like a long time ago, years ago.
The one that we were at, or was it after that or before that? The one you got tattooed by Pete?
I don't know if it was that one or if it was one before that. Because there's one where we got tattooed and there's one where we didn't.
Yeah.
So I don't remember which one it was, but I know I was walking around and I saw some girl doing eyebrows.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, is that what they do in here now? Like I thought they just tattooed, but like, so I was like kind of paying attention. I was like, what exactly she's doing? And she was tattooing the eyebrows, or like in this case, what I do, microblading. So I like took her card and I looked in her Instagram and I was like, oh, she's dope. Like I'm definitely about to do this. I didn't even know this was a thing. Like it's not like I would consider myself to be artistic, but I mean I can definitely handle myself when it comes to drawing an eyebrow. So I was like, let me just see where this would take me. At that time I had a full-time position at like a gynecologist's office. So like I'm sitting here on the computer supposed to be doing my work, but I'm like making my logo and I'm like trying to figure out like what school like I should go to, and I'm like, you know, figuring things out in that aspect because I was so just like once I found that out, I was like one direction. I was like, this is what I'm about to do.
Yeah.
So then after that point, it was it. Once I got the money saved up, because with stuff like that, it's not like I can make monthly payments. So I had to wait until I had that certain amount of money saved up for the school. So once I got that saved up, it was done. I took the classes in Jersey, and then after that, I was like, I'm gonna start doing it out of my house, which that's not okay. At the time, I didn't know that. I thought that was a good thing. So I was like, I'm just gonna do it at my house for a little bit until I can make enough money, establish myself, and then quit my job. All like full set. So that was definitely scary. Like first, you know, waiting for that. It felt like I was waiting forever. Like I don't know what I was waiting for, but I was waiting to feel like I was okay to completely let go of everything else that I had. So it just got to that point where I just told Jordan, I was like, all right, I'm ready. Like let's go. And that's when I started at the hair salon. And I started at the hair salon, and that's when I actually quit my job and was doing it there. And then things didn't work out, and then that's when I went to my salon suite. So like it was definitely something that like I knew. My main drive was just being my own boss. My main drive was just finding something that I would like to do by myself and for myself. So that's what put me onto the microblading in the beginning. But now I'm slowly finding out that like my real passion is just being in that role, just being able to like be in that position, just be a boss. Like I know that sounds cheesy, but that's literally what I found that I'm more in love with, and I'm more in love with like this place here. Once you finally find somewhere that you can mix like what you love doing, where you love doing it at, like it's just perfect. So that's why now I'm just trying to like slowly get out of just microblading and more into like what you do, like more into like creating my own team, but obviously like under this roof, because this is I want to keep that vibe. I want to keep that family structure. Like that's what keeps people interested in what they're doing. So I mean, if I wasn't microblading here, I don't even know if I would still be doing it. To be honest with you,
I remember when you came here and said that one day. You said, "I just don't know if I want to do this anymore."
Yeah, it got confusing because it was like I was just being bounced around from place to place, and I couldn't get comfortable in what I was doing, because it just went from my home, which was uncomfortable, to then a hair salon, which made no sense, to then officially doing it on my own. But it was like I was still in the beginning stages, so it just became more difficult than anything. It became more like, how am I going to pay my bills, as opposed to like focusing on like what I love. So it kind of tore that down. And when I came in here, I realized, I was like, wait, do I just love it here, or do I still love what I do? Like,
it is here. That's how I feel, because I literally will come in here. Even with if I have all day to cancel, I'll still come in here and shut. And Alicia will, you sure you don't want to get here? No. She's like, oh, you sure I can call? No, don't call anybody. I'm just here. I just want to be here. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care. And if I had now summertime, I might not be. I might be in the pool. Y'all might be mad with the picture.
That's,
like, hey,
that's a little bit different in the summertime. Once that weather gets a little nice, like it's gonna be nice getting in here, but then also nice leaving when the sun's still up. Like it's gonna be a nice mix of both.
Yeah, that's why I work 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
I can get off in time, go home, and spend about 3 hours in the pool with the kids.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, that's like the perfect setup, and that's why like it's good to make your own schedule and all of that too, because it takes that stress. I mean, there's like more stress because you're in that position where everything is on your shoulders, but there's like less because you have full control over
as long as you can. What I would say is just figure out the business side of it with the taxes, the thing, and that's where like I'm telling you, and when you're ready to go to that level, Alicia, you can ask Alicia, go to my accountant. I'll help you set it up. I'll get you where you need to be with her. I'll even get you in there for the first time, so that way you can get set up so you understand how to navigate this, right? Because like I could say I'm a professional at fucking everything up, right? It's just I've always made enough money to fix my fuck up. And I'm talking serious fuck up. IRS and the taxes and the payrolls and it's not hard. It's not hard to fuck shit up, right? But if you can find the right person to navigate you with that, and that's what you need. You need an accountant. You need an accountant, and it helps.
Definitely.
It helps to have a bookkeeper. Like and you can do that part. You got to figure that part out. Like, because what's going to happen is once we open back up and you start getting busy again, and you stay booked for a long time, you're gonna hit numbers. And then at the end of the year, you're gonna be like, shit, I got to pay on these numbers, and you don't know where to do it and how much you're supposed to do.
I got the first taste of that this past time when I did my taxes. I had to pay out of pocket, didn't get nothing back. So this was the first official year though that I had been microblading just that full year with no other income to provide for the taxes. So like I know the year before that I actually still got money back, and I was like oh, okay, this whole business thing is easy because I was only doing it like not full time. It was just like on the side.